Today's show is presented by Podgo. Podgo is the easiest way for you to monetize your podcast, providing podcasters with a flat rate for ad space so you always know how much you get when you include an ad from Podgo. Apply today to become a member and immediately be connected with the advertisers that fit your audience. That's Podgo at podgo.co. Podgo. That's where the pods go.
Hello and welcome to the Infectious Groove Podcast, part of the Odd Pods Media Network. Recorded at the 33 1/3 Music Appreciation Center in Speakeasy, located just outside of Detroit, Michigan. The Infectious Groove Podcast is your source for jammy jams, music news, and the best in-depth music discussion. Thanks for joining us. Now here are your hosts.
Hello and welcome to this solemn occasion. It's a Michelle-based album review episode.
Yay!
My name is Russ, along with me is Kyle, and the jovial person you heard is Michelle, because we have circled back to her. And so when we first started our album review series, Michelle was shocked the world when she brought to the table an inclusive album choice on purpose, like to the point where me and the listeners had a hard time wrapping our heads around the fact that you on purpose made an inclusive choice. And the word to describe this week's album choice is selfish. This is for you.
No, this is for everyone. This is for the people.
This is for the people?
This is for the people.
Okay. And
the people asked for it.
What album will we be reviewing this week, Michelle?
Deja Entendu by Brand New.
Yeah. And oh boy. It's going to be...
It's a doozy!
That's a... You know what? If we didn't do 1 to 10 ratings, if we used words for ratings, doozy would be what I would...
So this is 2 weeks in a row where you're just going to shit on our parades.
Yeah, more or less. No, and in all sincerity, there's a lot to be discussed here. So it should be fun.
Should be.
Should be.
We might not be friends when we're done.
Who's to say? Yeah, well, I know that for sure. Yeah. So, having said that, I always plug the YouTube channel at the top of the show, and this week we had a video about more rare Van Halen pressings. It's really a shame, but the later half of Van Halen's career, because of legal disputes and that type of thing, was getting more and more rare on vinyl before Edward passed, and then it's way worse now. Because, as soon as someone passes, everything skyrockets in price. And because I've been collecting vinyl for as long as I have a lot of those rare pressings, and a lot of that stuff is getting bootlegged really bad now. So I kind of put up a video just being like, here's what a real one looks like. And if you want help finding a real one. Yeah. What do you mean?
What?
So you can go to youtube.com/Infectious Groove Podcast and hit the subscribe button. We have a new vinyl video every Thursday for now. Thinking about putting up a couple videos a week going forward. We'll announce that with much fanfare when we get there.
There was hand gestures.
Yeah, there sure were.
Oh boy,
there sure were. Thanks for giving everybody the
play-by-play.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That's why you keep me here, right?
It's exactly the reason.
Because it's not about what we talked about last week or what we're talking about today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if we never know what we talked about last week. But anyways, also besides that, something I never mentioned is that we do have a Patreon, and if you'd like to support us, you can go to patreon.com/Infectious Groove Podcast and support the show for as little as $1 whole a month. And there's no exclusive content on Patreon. It's just kind of like if you just want to help us keep the lights on, then do that. Like in the future, we may do exclusive content, but for now, that's what we have. We have a merch store at teespring.com/Infectious Groove Podcast with all sorts of cool merch, and we don't have too many details just yet, but Kyle was telling me before we went on here, we may have some cool hats and stuff through a different vendor soon, so we're looking into that.
Yeah.
And Kyle says they're good hats.
They are good.
Good hats.
Very good quality.
Coming straight from
Top
the store.
notch.
They're good.
When we on the page, we're going to put that as like the hype at the bottom. These are good hats, says Kyle. So anyways,
only the best hats.
Right. So anyways, we have all of that stuff going on, and then as always, we get into the feedback. This week's feedback is brought to you by Pew Pew Lasercraft. They have an Etsy store with all sorts of cool like laser etched stuff, and specifically they make a lot of cool music related items as well, so that's why they're partnering with us. If you go to Etsy and search for Pew Pew Lasercraft, whatever you see in their store doesn't have to be music related. Whatever you add to your cart, if you apply the promotion code GROOVE, you get a discount on everything in their store. And they are bringing this week's feedback to us.
Feedback, John.
Don't worry about that. Right. Where would rock and roll be without feedback?
feedback we gather every week from all social media. And if you go to infectiousgroupodcast.com, it's the easiest way to find us everywhere. So if you want to follow us on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, just go to infectiousgroupodcast.com, follow us wherever you want to, and let your voice be heard. You can also, we don't have any voicemails this week, but you can also leave us a voicemail, which is pretty sweet. I'll give that number out in a second. Just so I can set this up properly, what did we talk about last week, Michelle?
Empire Records.
We did. We talked about Empire Records.
Yes.
It's a very Michelle-centric April we had.
You already spoiled it earlier.
I already spoiled what earlier?
What we talked about last week.
Oh, yeah. You know what one of my favorite things on the show is when you
mumble?
When you bring things we talked about before we started recording into
Why are you
the show.
like that?
Because then the listeners weren't here for that part. So they're just as confused as I am. We did get some feedback regarding our top discussion on Empire Records. So I want to go ahead and share that. I don't know if you guys remember, but I went on a tirade during the episode about how no self-respecting person would ever have a sign that says vinyls.
Yes.
Listener Craig from Minneapolis left us a comment that says Russ's basement will now be referred to as the place where the vinyls are kept. And I commented and assured Greg that in no way, shape, or form will
somebody's birthday's coming up.
Yeah. Big neon sign that says, try and give me the one from the movie, please.
Oh, I know where we can get one custom made.
That's true.
Sweet. And make sure that the S is like breakable. Like
I want to make sure it's a different color so it calls it out.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Listener Mike from Chicago shared this with us on Twitter. My primary takeaway from this episode is that Michelle has bad taste in movies.
That's Chicago Mike?
You're never going to believe this, but the listeners right now are going, didn't he just say Mike from Chicago?
Mike from Chicago? Yeah. Chicago Mike. Same person.
And he's, yeah, believe it or not, Chicago Mike is the same guy as Mike from Chicago.
It's so strange.
I need you to be specific.
Yeah, that's my bad. That's on me, and I'm going to do better going forward.
Oh,
That's the second bone I have to pick with Chicago Mike this week.
Oh, yeah, I know. We'll get to that in a minute. It's the first time we have pre-feedback on the topic. So Jeff, a listener from Florida, just commented on Empire Records in general, said guilty pleasure movie. I watch it every time it's on. So there you go. Mm-hmm. Back your way. We had Dean from the UK said to us he hasn't seen the movie, but he's intrigued to check it out. I can't stress enough, Dean, don't do it.
Do it!
No, you're good. He said High Fidelity is a tremendous movie, which we all agree with.
Tremendously sucky.
Maybe Empire Records isn't directed at me, but I'll give it a shot and see how it goes. Step Brothers, however, is a tremendous movie, and Michelle has every right to be disgusted at your outrageous comments.
Yes.
I disagree. And I think I mentioned this on the episode, and not that I have to justify my feelings on Step Brothers to anybody,
no, you do.
But I will. I've only seen it once. And I was very ill. This was like whenever it came out, whenever it came out on like DVD or Blu-ray, I had like the flu or something, and it was the only reason I watched it is because I couldn't move, and that was like the thing that was nearby. So I put it in.
You just like throw it in the DVD player.
I hit the slot from across the room. It was amazing, and nobody saw it. But I probably even slept through a lot of it, like because I was laying there sick. And stuff.
You should definitely rewatch it.
So I'm not opposed to rewatching it. Like Empire Records, if I never see it again, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I probably watched Step Brothers more than any movie ever.
Wow. All right, then.
That says a lot because she has about 5 movies in rotation. So.
Right. Yeah. This is the king of the 5.
Yes.
Riddle Me That True Per Crime podcast just said, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. The actors, the soundtrack, it's a quote, love, love, love this piece in the 90s.
Yeah.
So there you go. Back to people agreeing with you, Michelle, which is rare. It's a rarity.
I would say the acting is not strong in that movie.
We just talked about all this, but there's a couple of performances that I think are decent. But like the whole Ethan Embry, you're just like, they were like, act goofy, and he's like, got it.
He nailed it.
Yes. If that's what he was going for, then yes, he absolutely nailed it. So anyways, we were a little light on feedback this week, but there wasn't really a lot to say about, like, it was a different kind of show for us. And also I did hear from a couple of people that like wrote us other texts and whatnot that was like, some people thought we were going to review the soundtrack itself, or they thought we were going to do a straight up movie review. And I was like, I don't feel like it's our place to do a movie review because we're not, a movie centric podcast.
Yeah, but we know what movies are.
Well, some of us know what movies are. You know about 5.
I also know about 5 songs.
And also, the problem with reviewing that soundtrack, we covered it, is 90% of what's in the movie is not on the soundtrack.
Yeah, they have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah, so we would have just been like, hey, so here's a bunch of songs in a row.
That someone put on a pressing.
Yeah, and also go to Spotify and listen to the soundtrack, except for the one song that's missing for no reason. So it just the way we did it, I was cool with, and people came along with it. Everybody had fun with it, so that was cool. So moving right along, our jammies. I had a kind of a diverse week with the two artists I was listening to a ton. I finally went to buy the Kaleo album, Surface Sounds. Yeah. And first things first, and this is just a little down the vinyl rabbit hole for everybody. For those who do collect vinyl, I was pleasantly surprised to find that this record is pressed at 45 RPM, which is great for the sound quality. And it also, to me, shows that the record label has a great deal of confidence in such a young band, because to give you an idea of the 45 RPM pressings that I have are things like Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms, like Fleetwood Mac Rumors. Like, those are the type of records that generally the record label will go through the trouble of pressing at 45. So for them to do that with a young band in their third album, to me, it's probably something nobody else would notice, but as soon as it was 45, I was like, wow, they're labeled.
Did you see the etching on the back on the last one? That's pretty cool too.
Yeah. But I was just like, well, that's just cool, because there's not enough material to make it 2 full LPs. But that to me just instantly says that their label definitely is supporting them. So,
the album is bomb.
Not doing an album review on it, but I will tell you this. The first side of it, the first side of it, I was like, this is like a Buck Cherry album. Like, this should be called These Are More Kaleo Songs. Because
that's fine.
No, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but the first side of it, I was like, oh no, like, this is just more of the same songs from the last one. Then it must be tracked this way on purpose. The record gets like more away from that sound as it goes toward the end of the record. It's almost a totally different album than it is at the beginning. Now, again, I love Kaleo. I'm not mad at those first songs, but I was like, oh no, I'm in for 3 sides of like exactly the same type of thing over and over. And you guys know how much I love artists to grow. So I was like, well, by the third album, should you guys not be doing the exact same songs again? And I haven't done any reading on it. I haven't read any interviews or anything with the band on it, but I have to assume it's tracked that way on purpose, like, so you can hear their sound evolve. So I listened to that a couple of times straight through. I like it a lot. It was what I was hoping for. I wanted like what I like and more growth.
Yeah, you get what sounds like Kaleo already, and then you get like that song that sounds like Jet. And then there's that disco-y song, the Hey Gringo or whatever.
Yep.
All those different things together.
That song would be totally at home on the new Foo Fighters. Like, that's how different the Foo Fighters is from what they'd been doing too. Yeah, and I love it. Love it. So the other thing that I did was I finally procured a Sam Cooke record that I've been trying to get for a while, which is, everybody knows Sam Cooke live at the Copa, and it's a fantastic live record, but there's another live album from Sam Cooke called Live at the Harlem Square Club. And the only way I can describe this is Sam Cooke live at the Copa is very Sinatra-ish. It's very like dinner and a show, crooning type show, very reserved performance. Sam Cooke live at the Harlem Square Club is like a rock concert. Like, it's a totally different, like, the crowd is just howling and having a great time. Sam Cooke's voice is like as raspy as it gets, like just unchained and having a riot. I mean, it's almost, it wasn't released as a companion piece, but it very much is. It's like two total, you've listened to a lot of live Elvis that I've played. Yep. Right.
I don't think she was listening.
I will pull your goddamn tongue out of the root.
Wait, I wasn't listening to Elvis, or I wasn't listening to what Russ was just talking about.
Both. So the stuff I've played for you from Elvis in like 70 is very like dinner and a show, reserved type stuff. And then when you listen to like Madison Square Garden, he's like, we have come here to kick ass.
Is that the one where it's like everything's double time?
Yeah. Oh, yep. And that's very much how, like, he does, Sam Cooke does, that's the sound of the man working on the chain gang. And it's like easy double time on the Harlem Square. So anyways, I finally found that record and I was really excited about it. And it just sounds, it's absolutely a time capsule. Like, if you drop the needle on it, you're just in 1964. It's just awesome. Really, 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 really excited. So I wouldn't even call them that different. Kaleo would imagine, if you talk to them, they know a lot of Sam Cooke and are probably influenced by his soul tones. So those are the two things I was really listening to this week. I mean, before the world gets rocked with the news of Michelle's Jammy Jams, which I have to assume the notebook she brought in for her Jammy Jams alone was like an inch thick. She just was like, I have a lot to cover here. Before that, Kyle, what have you been listening to?
There is a band called Michigander, and I have.
Where are they from?
I am surprised that I have never heard them.
I have not
which
either.
Is it a band or is it one guy?
It's a band.
Okay.
The guy that you see, that's the lead singer, but
Okay.
it's a band. I don't know. What kind of music would you say that it is? It's like a folky rock.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, if you can get over that stunning endorsement.
Anyways, it's right up my alley, and I actually just found it because they are opening for Mount Joy.
Okay.
And they're talking about the show that they're doing, and they're like, "Hey, we're opening for Mount Joy. Come out and see us," or whatever. And I was like, "Who the hell is this?"
Yeah.
And just by their name, I'm like, "Oh, it's got to be from. They got to be from Michigan." So
if you think back to the episode we did about how the pandemic changed our music,
yeah.
I was telling you that like used to be a huge thing for me was seeing opening acts and how I got turned on to new bands all the time. Because you'd be like, it's a running joke now, but I remember it very much one time calling the Palace and going, "Who's opening for Guns N' Roses?" Was in '91.
Yeah.
"Who's opening for Guns N' Roses?" And then out loud in my house, I said, "What the fuck is a Soundgarden?" But then I was all into them. So I love that like when you have a show coming up and you can get into the opener.
Yeah, so I ended up clicking on their Facebook, watched like the bunch of live performances that were done during the pandemic, and then immediately went to Spotify and to absorb as much as I could.
Yeah, cool.
But there is a song called Circles. It's off their first album, or their first EP called Where Do We Go From Here, which is a jam. And then there's a brand new EP called Everything Will Be Okay Eventually. And The Better is a really good song on that one.
Everything Will Be Okay Eventually. I wonder what they're singing about.
It is just, I don't know, it's just like feel good. Folky rock music. I don't know.
Well, hey Kyle, if somebody wanted to hear those songs, where would they be able to hear them going? Say as soon as this episode comes out
on our playlist.
That's right.
Yes.
Where is our playlist, Kyle?
Where is it?
I was waiting for Kyle to be like, I'm not sure.
On Spotify.
Exactly.
Yep. And I try and post links to that on our social media every so often just to remind people. But if you go to Spotify and just search for Infectious Groove Podcast, you'll be able to find the playlist.
I'm always shocked at how many people have subscribed every time I go to make the playlist. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's just
care.
me. Remember, it's just me. And every week I create 10 new accounts and I'm like,
So you're creating Twitter accounts and Spotify accounts and jeez, man.
Yeah, expect on Monday our new subscriber, Ross.
Ross Robinson.
Yeah. Ross Robertson. So anyways.
Is Russell one?
Yes. Yeah. She's a good listener. She really likes our show. A lot. She doesn't like you so much for some reason, but she
Does she like Pink Floyd?
Yeah, she's huge Pink Floyd fan.
Weird.
So anyways, Kyle, sorry about that sorry about that cheap plug in the middle of your Jamie Jams, but it is one of those things where I've had people listen to our show and they're like, "Don't you guys have a Patreon? Like, you guys have social media, right?" And I'm like, "Yep, I'm the guy that's supposed to say that." So I just thought it was a good place to throw in the Spotify list.
You can listen to all this shit on our Spotify playlist, man.
Yes, sir. So what else you got?
Fences also released a new EP called Wide-Eyed Elk Ensemble.
Have not heard of Fences. What's the story there?
Folky.
All right. So you're on a singer-songwriter kick.
Yeah, and so he's been around for a long time, and all of, I wouldn't say that he's really grown as an artist. All of his music sounds the same. This is just the more fences that you're getting.
Yep.
But he had a song that was very popular back in the day called Arrows, and I want to say it was featuring maybe Macklemore. Anyways, it's
that
more.
Thing in your hand will tell you.
Oh yeah, Arrows is featuring Macklemore. There you go. That came out in 2014, and his last album looks like it came out in 2014. So
it's been a minute.
Oh, I lied. There's another album that had come out called Failure Sculptures.
Gotcha.
But I didn't listen to this album. I listened to the EP that came out.
Okay.
Two separate things. And it's, if you like Fences, if you know who I'm talking about, then it's more of what you'd be expecting from him.
Right on. Which, like I said earlier, is not a bad thing. It's there are, like, I always use Buck Cherry as an example because Buck Cherry kind of is the bad version of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like where you get a Buck Cherry album and you're like, yep, that's more Buck Cherry. You know, but for
just
some,
do Crazy Bitch again. It's fine. That's
like,
all I want to hear.
You could even make it like Simon and Garfunkel are considered like the greatest duo of all time, and a lot of Simon and Garfunkel records are like more Simon and Garfunkel. So you know what I mean? I don't mean it to be derogatory all the time.
Just sometimes.
Just part of
Will
the
you
time.
please note when the derogatory ones? Okay.
Yes.
But Lord Huron put out new music too.
Ooh, I heard about this but haven't listened to it yet.
But it's confusing because I thought the whole EP was called I Lied. It's not. That's one of the songs on the EP, and there's 4 songs that have been released, but I guess these are all a part of an upcoming album. but it keeps popping up in my new releases when one new song from that thing comes up.
That's what Parker Millsap did.
Yeah, so it's just there's 4 songs out now. I talked about the song "Not Dead Yet" before, but the newest one that just came out this past Friday it's called "I Lied." Okay, jam.
Right on. And Michelle gets to hear 10, 15 seconds of it tomorrow while she's putting together the playlist, and then everybody else gets to get the benefit from Michelle's labor. Baby Watch 2021 continues. Nope. So, Michelle, the whole world is waiting right now. There's probably people. Last I looked, we had listeners in like 178 countries. The world economy right now is waiting to hear. There are probably record label presidents right now wondering what bands to push. Will you please help them? Share with the world your Jammy Jams.
Okay, so first of all,
you're like the Humpty Dance.
Yep. First of all, I cannot turn off Kaleo. I just can't.
Sure.
It's.
Yeah, I've listened to that through and through like 20 times.
It's
probably
the first new album in a while that last night I only got to listen to it twice total, like before anybody got here, and then later on again. And it's like I've been like, oh, when do I get to listen to that again?
Yeah, it's whenever there's nothing I don't know what else to put on. It's it's just like okay, well again. But and then because brand new this week, I have been listening to The Devil and God. Because it is my favorite brand new album. And so I usually listen to Deja Entendu and Devil and God.
Because we got a lot of interaction ahead of time on this, and somebody was like, oh, I wish you guys were doing Devil
and God.
Why did
you choose, if that's your favorite, why did you choose to do Deja Entendu?
Because I feel like this is a more recognized album, and it's more prolific, I think,
for
the band.
People, Kyle. It's for the people.
I do it for the people.
But yeah, I would agree. Like, me personally, well, first of all, their best album is Daisy, and then Devil and God.
I'm going to go.
Right, and then Deja Entendu, but Deja Entendu is the one everyone knows. It's even the most casual of brand new fans knows that. Yeah. But anyway, someone had mentioned Devil and God, and I was like, I got her that on vinyl for her birthday. That's a good one.
It's a good one. So I've been listening to that, and then out of nowhere, I got a good one.
That was a lot of lead up.
Go It Alone by Beck has been stuck in my head.
Does he have new material out, new album, or is that? Okay, well, he had a new album come out like a year and a half ago, so it must be off of that then.
If I click on it, it's going to play, but it looks like an old album cover, and I already know the song.
Let me see the album cover. Oh, yeah, that's a very old album.
Yeah.
That was like 15 years old. But still, it's new to you.
It's not new to me, but it's been stuck in my head, so that's what I've been playing it. It probably played on a playlist somewhere, and then I've just been going.
Oh boy.
Is Beck here?
I think he is.
That sounded like Beck.
Yeah, it sure did.
So anyways, yeah.
Right on. Cool. Well, that's got to be the most diverse week for you in a while.
2 albums that I always listen to,
and
then a Beck song.
And a song you knew from 15 years ago.
Yep, pretty diverse, pretty unusual for me. No podcasts.
Right. So as we seamlessly and without any issue whatsoever plugged earlier, you can go on Spotify and look at our playlist and follow it along with all my spam accounts. And the cool thing about it, though, is exactly that, because we used to get told from people that, like, I had to make notes during the show, or I wanted to go listen to that and I forgot, or whatever else. So now we just put everything in one spot so that you can check it out.
They're historical on our website.
Yes, because of the blog post.
Yes.
That,
if you would like to go build your own playlist that has all of our music on it,
or if you
website.
You have Apple Music instead of, or whatever else, or like me and the 4 other title users. Which one? Kyle is one because I gave him my password.
Yeah.
So 2.
Yeah, we count as one, half each.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I am going to take us to break, and when we come back, things are going to get shitty. I'm just kidding. We are going to return to our popular album review segment, and we are doing a review of brand new Deja Entendu. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Infectious Groove Podcast on the Odd Pods Media Network.
Hey, you there. We've got a question for you. Are you tired of clickbait stories and the loudest voices driving discussions in culture and entertainment?
If so, I'm Dylan.
I'm Kendall.
And I'm Corey. And we host the podcast From the Middle. We're middle-class guys living in the middle of America, in the middle chapters of our lives with points of view somewhere in the middle.
We take a more reasonable and centrist approach in our discussions covering genres like comedy, culture, entertainment, and interviews. with really interesting folks like business owners, comic creators, doctors, news anchors, New York Times best-selling illustrators, professional stand-up comics, and more. We really value a relaxed and conversational podcast, one that we hope is so fun and laid back, you'll forget you're not actually hanging out with us.
So search at From the Mid Pod, just like it sounds, or check us out everywhere you can find podcasts.
Was A Quiet Place inspired by Signs, It Comes at Night, and War for the Planet of the Apes? Was Ready Player One influenced by Avatar, Wreck-It Ralph, and The Last Starfighter? Is The Hurricane Heist more influenced by Sharknado or Geostorm? These are the kinds of questions my guest co-hosts and I discuss on my podcast, Piecing It Together. Every week, we look at a new movie and try to figure out what other movies inspired it. Whether it's the story, the character development, tone, or even use of music. Every movie was influenced by something that came before, and we want to figure out what. Check out Piecing It Together on your favorite podcast app or check us out on piecingpod.com. You can also follow us on social media at piecingpod. Piecing It Together is a part of the All Points West podcast network.
Welcome everybody to the Podeskew podcast. I am...
Whoa, dude. No. This is our promo, not the show. I'm Rico.
Oh, sorry. I'm CJ, and we're the hosts of the Podeskew podcast.
We're fans of pretty much anything and everything pop culture, including movies, TV shows, books, video games, comics, music, and of course, Kevin Smith. Now, while we do keep our fingers on the pulse of Silent Bob, he certainly doesn't need our help in promoting him.
You got that right. We do our own thing, with inspiration from the man himself and his mantra of why not. We've got stories about celebrities we've interviewed, theories of our own for certain movies, and we can usually tend to have a great debate about anything.
We also do commentaries on movies. Sometimes we ask our fans what they want to watch with us. So if you love the timbre of our vocal cords and want to watch a movie at the same time, give us a listen.
Stay tuned every Monday. There's always something new. And if you've been good this year, we may even give you a bonus episode from time to time.
So please be good and subscribe to and enjoy Podeskew, founding member of the Odd Pods Media Network.
And we're back now. We have been doing, just as a way of a setup on this, we started doing the album review tournaments a couple months ago, actually now. Can you believe it's an aging segment now?
Tournaments.
And, not tournaments, album review segment, sorry. We did an album review tournament back in...
last year.
I still have post-traumatic syndrome from the...
I know, you made me listen to 2 albums every week.
Yeah, I know. What a jerk. So we did those tournaments back then, and then we brought back this album review segment, and it's been pretty fun so far. It's been a lot of I think got a lot of buzz for the show. Like, a lot of people are interested in what albums that we're doing, and I think we've done a good job of having diverse records so far. And how we're doing this is we're just rotating through. Michelle picked the first one because Kyle and I picked all the tournament albums, and then Kyle picked one, I picked one, and now we're back to the top of the rotation. And I'm not happy about it. So I'm just kidding.
You own the record.
I did, and I'm going to get into that as well. Let's get into it.
The Infectious Groove Podcast.
Album review.
Oh, I'm sure I'll say something dumb.
It's my favorite part. It's my favorite thing that happens. I want to do album reviews every week just so that drop gets played every week. So this week we are doing the review of the album Deja Entendu by Brand New, which was brought to the world on June 17th, 2003. And how we do this is we usually discuss the best tracks first and then get into things from there. But before we do that, I would like for Michelle to give us some background on the record. Like, when did you come into it? Like, did you love it immediately? We know no one else told you to listen to it because you won't listen to anything anybody else told you to listen to.
So I liked Brand New's first record, Your Favorite Weapon, and this came out when I was junior in high school. So I remember, I don't think I bought it when it released. Actually, I know I didn't buy it at all because I was a DJ, and a lot of people would just burn CDs for me.
Well, yeah, that would have been like Napster heyday.
Yeah.
And went on LimeWire and found Guns N' Roses doing Every Rose Has Its Thorn and all those misnamed.
Yeah. And so I actually did not know that the last song, Play Crack the Sky, was on this record until, I'm not kidding, probably like 10 years ago. Like, I would go to Brand New shows and they're like, Play Crack the Sky. And I'm like, that's not a fucking Brand New song. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, I literally had no idea it existed because whatever copy I had, I don't know if it was from LimeWire or Napster, from a friend, that song was just not on that record. It didn't even exist. It wasn't even on my radar until, like, literally probably probably in the last
It's
10
weird.
years.
I wonder how it got left off. That's
I don't know.
Because like nowadays with torrents and so on, like you would just download the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the only way it would get left off is if you got like if the Japanese.
Back then there was different variations, and they didn't always include all the songs.
Yeah.
Because it was each independent song put together.
Right.
So they didn't always have the full version of the album.
Yeah.
It would just be missing this song or missing that song.
Back then, what I would have done is just borrowed it from somebody and ripped it, so I would have had the full record.
Yes.
And I don't know why I didn't have that song on it, but this album I can vividly remember listening to in my junior and senior year of high school. So it must have been like relatively, well, it would have came out after my junior year. So like right as I was going into my senior year, and I remember listening to it all throughout my senior year of high school. So
I find people that are passionate about this record, it was a late high school, early college record for them.
For sure.
Whereas it was not for me, and that might be why
I listened to this record and I'm instantly back in high school.
Oh, for
and
sure.
It's definitely one of those, it's a feel good record for me. It brings me back to the good times of high school and all that music scene. And
and I try and like, for me, that's like Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. Like when they came out, I would like, if you even start Use Your Illusion 1, I'm like instantly back in high school in my mind, you know? So I totally get that. So the next part of this segment, you guys will just be able to talk about, because you're going to talk about best tracks, which I don't believe there are any. So this is going to be, I'm just going to go. You guys talk for a little bit. Just use a broomstick and hit the ceiling when you guys are done. I kid. I'm just going to keep doing it through this whole episode, just so you know. I do have things I like on this record, but
when it's over,
I'll tell you what, man. When
the last lyric,
when the album ends, it's chef's kiss. Love it. Love it when it ends. But having said that, I don't know. You guys talk for a little bit. Like Kyle, what do you think the best tracks overall are on the record?
Well, I have to start with this first. Much like many emo bands and shit, they name all the goddamn songs.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit that makes no sense.
Do you know why they did that?
I don't know why they did that, and I was going to ask because
it's not original to brand new. It's
Fallout
every
Boy.
emo. It's every emo band that has done
Fallout Boy
it.
was the band that I always remember doing that.
Johnny Craig does it. It's all
the early Fallout Boy records are the ones where I remember that happening first. I'm not saying Fallout Boy did it first. But Fallout Boy has like a track on an album that's like The Lawyers Made Us Change the Name of the Song or something like that. So
several of the song titles reference films, is what they said.
Well, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Jesus Christ, I thought there was going to actually be a reason.
You know, you can read the track listing and know they probably come from films.
Well, they said it's like I don't know how to say this one. It's the Tau. I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say half these ones.
My guess was tattoo. I think it's a weird spelling.
Well, it's actually the last name of the lead actress from Amelia.
Oh, okay.
Is that how you say that movie?
Yes, but
boy, between Kaleo being in our jammy jams,
I thought that I read that actress had nothing to do with that song title though.
And then also I Believe You, but my Tommy Gun Don't is obviously from Home Alone.
Yeah.
So.
Oh boy. So
which brings me back to my point where it's fucking incredibly difficult to figure out what song is what because they make no sense.
Yeah.
So I never know. My two favorite songs on the record are the two singles that they released off this record, which is Sic Transit Gloria, Glory Fades, and then The Quiet Things That No One Ever Knows.
Yep.
Those are, to me, the best tracks on the album.
And you know how I am, like I spend a lot of time being like, oh, the single on that album is not even close to the best single. And I'm not saying this to be derogatory about this record. I really do feel like those are the two best songs. Like,
yes.
Like whoever picked those as singles, real good move.
And I don't dislike any of the music on this record. I like Brand New in general. There are later stuff like this record on,
right?
But
there's only one other record before this.
Not good. It's just not good. It's just too. So look, I didn't even understand that Brand New was an emo band until I heard the first record.
You loved it?
No, because Deja Entendu and then The Devil and God sound nothing like their first record.
Yeah.
Right.
And
then those two sound nothing like their best album, Daisy.
I don't even think that I've heard Daisy.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
You should.
I told him he should listen to it.
I own it on vinyl. It's fantastic.
You guys can run away and listen to Daisy.
Yeah, it's a fantastic album. I swear, you will like that record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, you know how you have good taste and Michelle doesn't?
Yes.
Okay, that's how you know.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He literally, it was like Brand New has new music out, and I was like, I'm going to go listen to it. And then I listened to it, and I was like, you're wrong. That's not the same Brand New.
Yeah, she was convinced it wasn't even the
I was
same
like,
band.
I don't know what this is, but like, no, that's not Brand New. And he was like, I swear to God.
Yep.
Is it more like...
It's heavy.
It's real heavy.
It's real heavy.
Okay. So as long as it's not like their first record, then I'm good.
I don't want to overstate this, but there's no way I can do it without overstating it. It's In Utero-ish. In Utero is a masterpiece.
Yes,
it's
I like
not a
In Utero.
masterpiece, but it's closer to In Utero than their other sounds. those are
the two best tracks, I think, and I think the record label chose those as the singles for obvious reasons.
Yep.
With that being said, I don't dislike anything on the record. I can listen to the entire thing all the way through. And
we'll get
fine.
there, but there's only one for real that I was like, stop it. Just stop happening. Michelle, other than all of it, what do you think are the hands down, like, and now again though, like, we've done the Prince record and stuff, and my short answer on Around the World in Today was all of it. All of them are the best tracks for me.
Yeah.
But you got to narrow it down some. Like, what if you were gonna say to someone, hey, you should listen to this record. Here's a sample of what it is. Like, what would you play them first?
So besides the two that Kyle had mentioned, my other two favorites are The Boy Who Blocked His Own Shot and Me versus Madonna versus Elvis are my other two favorites on the album. But this album does not have any stinkers for me. So
I swear to God, if you rate this 10 out of 10, we're gonna have a fight.
Are we?
Yes.
Wait.
It's been all fun and games until just now.
And see, to me, I don't think it has stinkers either, but it takes a lot for me to get a stinker out of something, like, the Pharrell Happy song
Fucking
that I absolutely
You're not looking for something to be mad about, like somebody else on the show.
Wait, can I go back to what you said, how it's so much different from their first record, and then they grew. Do you know what the album title means?
I do not, actually. I always thought it was just some play on Nintendo.
No. It's French for already heard.
Oh.
And so the lead singer, Jesse, released a statement about it. And it says, no matter who you are or what your band is about, you can't put a record out without people saying it's derivative of something else. So by saying the record's already been heard, it's like saying, yeah, you're right. We're doing something that's already been done before. We're not trying to break new ground in music. We're just trying to make good music.
It's also in reference to Deja Vu.
Yeah. And I can respect that. Hand to God, I've always thought that it was just like a play on Nintendo.
Yeah,
and I'm not even being funny. I really thought that that's what it was.
No.
But that's way deeper than I thought.
I learned that today when I was just doing research about just the album in general, and I think that's great because they grew so much from and this is their second album, and like, what did you said you have your whole life to put out?
You have your whole life to write the first record and 18 months to write the second one.
And like this one's so much. Your Favorite Weapon's a good record, but this is so much better, and it's so much different, and it like kind of launches their trajectory for their career. And I just feel like
until they hit the peak at Daisy.
Until you played their first record for me, I never even knew that. I thought Deja Entendu was their first record because it's the only one I ever heard.
Yeah, I thought so for a long time.
That and The Devil and God are the only two albums I've ever heard of from them.
Your Favorite Weapon is very much a run-of-the-mill emo pop punk. It's very... Well, it's a very refined taste. You need to have that.
Again, though, not even being one of my favorite records by any stretch, like, good on them for recognizing that and trying to grow on the second record.
You played it in the car that one time, and I was like, what is this? And you were like, it's brand new. I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
So you had the same reaction I had to Daisy.
Please stop doing this.
Yes.
Well, moving on to stinkers, which I think is the most negative thing we do on the show is talk about stinkers on records. Honest to God, there's nothing on here that I would be like flat out, like if you played, or if, we were all sitting around playing records and you're like, hey, I really want to hear this song that I'd be mad about, except for Jaws theme Swimming. As soon as the very second that song starts, I'm like, please be over right now. I want that song to be over. If I heard 5 seconds of that song, I want that 5 seconds back.
Is that it gets better?
It's like in the movie Clue. It's like I hated her so much. Flames on the sun. Like I listened to this record 4 times this week, and every time that song started, I've never wanted to skip a track more in my life than to skip that. But
why?
I listen to it. I just don't.
You don't know it rubs you the wrong way.
The 4th time, I was like, I got to figure out what I don't like about this, and I couldn't even put my finger on it. It's just not my thing at all. But the rest of the record is nothing that I would be mad about listening to or anything. It just doesn't, we'll get into it when we get into general discussion, but it doesn't I don't hate anything that plays, but any other song on this that comes on, I'm not like, oh, this is great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You probably must not have any stinkers then.
I don't have any stinkers. I've honestly, when I do listen to this record, which is ever so often, I find myself just listening to the entire thing all the way through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I put it on, start it, and then it's done when it's over.
Right.
And I don't know.
Wait, it's done when it's over?
Yeah, that's when it's over.
It's a fight to the finish.
Yeah, that's a good place to start, Casey.
But a lot of the record is kind of just there because those 2 songs that I mentioned stick out so much. Mm-hmm. The other stuff, though, I don't mind it. It nothing sticks out. It's just I can just listen to it. It's background
And you know what? To
noise.
backtrack a little bit, I didn't even cover what, like, for me, I assume the first track is pronounced tattoo. I don't know. It's Tautou.
Yeah, I
that
didn't
was
actually.
my guess is it's
I didn't look
tattoo.
up pronunciations.
But I love the way that starts.
Yep.
It sets me up to be disappointed by the whole rest of the record. I want the whole, and the thing is, and anybody that's listening to this, it's like a diehard brand new fan. They're going to be like, "Oh, you're like you don't
get it."
Yeah, and that's fine. I'll take that. That's fine because I'm that way about a lot of things that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's because you don't get it. You know, that into Sick Transit Gloria. That's how I want the whole record to be. Is that, and it's not. And you know, it's no one asked me. They didn't consult me when they made this record. You know, so but so that's and it's what you were saying. Like, you know, those singles are the ones that stick out. But there's nothing that you hate. But it would save for Jaws theme swimming. There's nothing I hate.
And strangely enough, it must be something with them in general because The Devil and God is the same way. There's like 2 songs that stick out entirely from the album, and then the rest is kind of just there.
Yep.
It's
you know what
weird.
record's not like that is Daisy. That whole album was good. So, Michelle, I assume you have no stinkers. Are there anything, because I keep trying to put creative spins on this for you, because I assume there's no stinkers on this for you?
There isn't, but Play Crack the Sky is my least favorite, and I think that's just because I didn't know. I was like,
is it because you've heard it 1,000 times less than the whole rest of the record?
So, like, now that I hear it, like, even I listened to this record, I'm not kidding, probably 10 times this week because
Right.
I just love the record. And every time the song came on, I was like, did this just go to a different artist? Like every single time, because I just don't recognize it.
Sure.
It's not like I didn't turn it off. I didn't hate it, but I was like, what the fuck is this song? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that this song exists. And so that would be my one, but it's only because it's like a newer song to me.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I get it. As far as open discussion, I know Michelle was giddy. She's got facts and stuff
that
to
was
share
it.
with us. Oh, that was all of it? Sweet.
Those are all the facts,
Sweet.
man.
Before we went on the air, you got so concerned that we were going to skip all of your facts and research that you did.
No, I mean, I thought the movie quote thing was interesting, but
No,
you
I
guys
know
didn't
it-
think that was
it
interesting.
is interesting.
I
Nobody said
want,
it wasn't interesting.
I
We
hope
just
that
thought-
we have someone listening that can explain why in the hell this genre of music does this to song titles.
Yeah,
there has to be some sort of underlying reason.
Me personally, I think it's just some sort of inside joke that the rest of us don't think is that funny.
Yeah, it's
What I did find interesting was that in 2015, when it got released on vinyl for
Record
the
Store
first
Day.
time ever.
No, it was a repress. It was released on vinyl back in the 2000s, but the
really?
Record Store Day was a repress. It was just everyone in the world was waiting for that repress because the originals went for like $600 or $700 at the
Yeah,
time.
it was. It peaked at number 3 on the U.S. Billboard vinyl albums chart, and
yeah.
I was like, "That is like I would have never guessed that in my entire life."
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was just me and a couple of my friends who wanted
No,
this record.
That's
it's brand
a big
new, still a
record.
band.
They were a couple of years ago. We went and saw them
I
live.
think there were some things that happened that I'm not exactly sure, and I don't know. I didn't really look into any of the details on it, but I think
Well, you
that
know,
there was.
you know how passionate Michelle gets, where she really wants to look into things.
There was some.
I didn't
there was
look
some
into any
negative
details
No,
about
there
it.
was some negative press.
There
and
was
some,
like Dirty Laundry aired online,
Yeah.
and then that was like they were off for a couple of years prior to the pandemic, and then the pandemic.
Yeah.
So who really knows?
we saw them. What? It's probably 2018, maybe
Somewhere around there.
Wait,
2017?
is it like weird sexual harassment stuff?
Maybe, yeah.
I think so.
Well, I don't want to go down that path.
I
too
don't.
far.
I don't know enough to say anything either way, and I'm not trying to defend the band. I don't know enough to say
I
what
was
happened.
just curious because you never hear anything about them anymore.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if they were still a thing.
They definitely were doing the hiatus thing
They had
prior to the pandemic.
They had like a B-sides sort of like weird EP release like a couple of years ago, but
Yeah.
it was like nothing.
Oh, when I said sexual harassment, I meant sexual misconduct.
Yeah. So we'll have to see what happens coming out of the pandemic. Who knows? It could be one of those things where they got their shit together during the pandemic, and we.
Wouldn't
get to
you
hear
say the
more.
last time you saw them was the best show?
Yeah, absolutely. And they, who knows? They could be preparing an album just as good as Daisy.
I
Let's
also,
come back with.
There was another record that came after Daisy.
I also
a full
just-
record.
I know. I'm kidding.
I also just assumed that they were just a Warped Tour band, basically. But I guess they're not.
Well,
but like,
so that leads into one of the points that I was going to bring up. So before the music industry referred to alternative music as alternative music,
Yeah.
there was just rock and pop and R&B. Okay.
Right.
And what became alternative music used to be referred to as college rock. Okay. And even like Rolling Stone magazine had like the Billboard Top 200, and then they always had the top 10 college rock albums.
I don't like that title.
Well, I don't like alternative either, but
Yeah.
I'll get into it in a second. So, Rolling Stone would have like the top 10 college albums, and before somebody coined the term alternative, that's where your REM, Cure, Depeche Mode, 10,000 Maniacs, like that was all those bands. Okay, and then Nevermind and 10 and everything comes out, and all of a sudden we have to have this moniker alternative, right? And then now by the time the 90s ended and the early 2000s happens, everything is alternative rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Fuel. You know, they're like, oh, it's alternative band Fuel. No, that's a pop rock band, Fuel. You know, I'm not even huge on labels, but you know what I mean? So this record for me is like the epitome of, like if this record had come out in 87, it would have been on the Rolling Stone College Rock.
For sure.
So this album came out in an era where everything was referred to as alternative. Yeah. And this to me is alternative music. This is like,
I can see that.
Not, to me, because I don't like the term alternative, like I never have. Like even when I was a kid and Nevermind came out, I was like, "What are you saying?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
alternative to what?
Yeah, you have to be like you have to be like weird to like this. You know, so I don't even like that. But this album is far, far different than mainstream rock. So I would be comfortable with calling it. To me, it's like this is real alternative, and it would have been referred to as college rock back then, right? So I think that's why the record doesn't move me overall. Like in that era from like 97 to 2005, I was like, went through a huge mainstream rock phase. Like that's all I listened to was Fuel and that type of stuff. Not like I thought they made the greatest music ever, but like that's what I really like to listen to. Plus I got into the White Stripes and bands like that at the same time too, which is a whole different animal, you know? Yeah. So I think that's a lot of the reason why it doesn't move me, because it wasn't made for me.
I think that this is something like how you've brought music into my life. I think that you probably would have maybe not that they wouldn't have been on your radar. I don't know that you would have even bought The Devil and God or Daisy on vinyl.
Oh no.
And so
if I hadn't known you.
Yeah. And so like not that I'm forcing it on you, but I just feel like it's just not your.
So it's funny that you mentioned that, because when earlier you were like, well, you own it on vinyl. Okay, so I own, I don't know, over 1,400 records. This is the only album I own for other people. Okay, so like every single album I have over there, if we're playing records and you pull it, like it's not going to be like, hey man, you know, is there any way we could hear this? Like whatever you pull, I'm going to be like, hell yes, like I love that album, right? This is the only album that I have bought for other people to be like, oh hell yeah, can we hear Brand New? And I'll be like, all right, you know, like because I know a lot of people like it.
And you're like, no, it has to be Daisy.
Yeah, well, I'll be like, you should go one record behind that and pick up Daisy, because I don't own Devil and God because someone never bought it for me for my birthday.
That's weird.
Yeah, I bought it for somebody else for their birthday because it's friends who care do things like that. So.
That's a great record.
I know, it is a great record.
Yeah, I'm going to go home and listen to it now.
Great
record. Great record.
So, I, for real, the only time I've listened to this record since we even moved into this house 10 years ago was for this review. And the only time it's ever been played other than that is when other people are like, no shit, Deja Entendu. And
I've
like,
definitely pulled it here.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
And I'm always like, yep, I do. You're
like, shit, you found me out.
For real, it's the only record that's like that. Like you, and I think it has to do with, again, like I respect you and your music tastes and the people that I know. Like we have other friends that like them and like this band. Like I would never buy a Creed record just because I know somebody who likes Creed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so while and also, and that's probably the difference too, is the stuff that's on the Creed record is wildly offensive to me, whereas this, like nothing on it am I going to be like, God damn it, I don't want to hear that song. Except for Jaws Theme Swimming,
yeah.
Which, by the way, also stop it with the titles. To Kyle's point, Jaws Theme Swimming. Stop it.
We can all three agree on that part. The titles of the songs are dumb, and I also hate it when Fall Out Boy does it. I can't even get. Hey,
I was
Mama.
going to say you
Wait.
are already song title challenged as it is. So
I'm
speaking of which, I
challenged.
know I mentioned our Patreon earlier, but the proceeds do go to help with Michelle with her.
I mean, I'm also not great with song titles either, unless it's something that I listen to all the time. So this shit is confusing to me when I'm trying to figure out what song is what, and I don't know what the hell this is called, and it's a whole sentence for a name, and
Just name it the chorus, man. Stop trying to be cool.
yeah. I wish Led Zeppelin would have done that.
I know.
Black Dog.
That's what it's called.
That is what it's called.
So close.
So,
and it's not just them. It's not just Fall Out Boy. It's a whole bunch of bands.
It's the emo genre.
Yes.
Does that?
What?
Do they even say Black Dog in that song?
No.
Okay, so then it's not even the emo bands.
There is a wild difference between naming your song something like as an inside joke or whatever else to every single song on your record has a totally different title than what the song is even about,
or the record title, or the song titles.
It is because I don't.
Yes,
get it.
yes.
And you said that
I don't fucking get it.
Just we don't put the show on YouTube, but the two of us sitting here on the
I'm just
set
kidding.
are
We can all
telling you we
agree,
don't get
but
it.
I'm saying it's not just emo bands, so don't put it on us.
It is mostly emo band stuff.
But it's not just emo bands.
It's the length of the title that pisses me off as well. Like Johnny Craig, for instance, has on his self-titled, he has a song called "I'm Johnny Craig, Bitch, and I Drive in Reverse."
Did they say that in the song?
No, it has nothing to do with any of that.
But does he drive?
But it's an
in
entire
reverse?
sentence for a song, like for a song title. I don't understand.
Yeah, it is what it is. And again, for me, a totally different world. It's like if you look at the track listing on the wall, the names of the songs can tell you the story. Like you could know where you're at in the story based on the title
That's
of
what
the
I
song.
want.
Right. And whereas this, I'm like, what the hell is Joss theme swimming?
Part of me was I'm like, God, am I this fucking old that I can't figure this out? But I couldn't figure this shit out when I was listening to this in high school.
Right,
I had no clue.
Exactly. Yeah. And that was one of those things where back then I was like, what am I missing? Why did he do this? So I'm glad anybody else feels that way. So before we get to the actual giving it a rating, which holy God, may God be with all of us, I have an interesting answer to this question myself. But whether or not you have in the past, like, would you buy this record is the question that we always ask. Kyle, I don't know if you ever actually purchased it or if you listened to it on streaming, but like, would you go buy a copy of Deja Entendu?
Yeah, 100%.
Right on. And Michelle, I have to assume. If you want to hear Play Crack the Sky,
I have to buy it.
Then you have to buy it.
I definitely own it on vinyl. I was trying to think if I ever actually purchased the CD, and I can't.
I'm going to guess no.
I'm going to guess I probably didn't.
Probably not. What with all the CD burnings I was doing back around the time of that.
I found my CD book the other day, and I went through it, and I would say probably a quarter of it is actual purchase music.
Yeah, and the rest of it has my handwriting on it.
Absolutely it does. Yep.
No doubt in my mind that's true. Okay, so let's get to the part where this is
Wait, you didn't answer your own question.
Answer what? Would I buy the record? I did buy the record. Would I buy this album to listen to for myself? Absolutely not. Nope. The only reason I've ever purchased a copy of that record is for other people. But it has the distinction of being the only album I've done that for.
There you go.
I do not own. There are even like I just off the top of my head I can see from Whitesnake. Okay, like Whitesnake, I love the album from '87 with Here I Go Again and Still a Night and all that. Right. Whitesnake has like a million other records that I don't like at all.
So many.
And I wouldn't buy any of those just for people to be like, oh, do you have that other Whitesnake record? Nope. You know what I mean? Like, so this has that distinction. Like I bought it for other people.
Yeah.
Yes, I did buy it, but I would not recommend others do.
Just come over here and listen to it.
Right. So here we go. Scale of 1 to 10. We'll start with Kyle. Where are you going to rate this record?
I gave it a 7.
7.
Just because I do like Brand New. They're definitely my jam, but like there's only a couple of songs that I really, really like on the record.
Yeah.
That stick out as songs I really want to hear.
Yeah. So it's similar to what my overall thoughts are on it, where there's a couple that are great that like you would like put on a playlist of other things.
Yeah.
But and there's also the difference I think between me and you is like the rest of the record's okay with you, whereas I have at least the one that I'm like, please stop that from happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure before I go upstairs when we're done, I'm going to scratch that song on the vinyl so no one ever plays it.
Whoops.
Yeah. Oh no, can't play that track anymore. Michelle, what is your rating on this record? If you say 10 out of 10, I'm going to be so mad.
You go first.
No, you go first.
No, you go first.
No, you go first.
No, you go first.
I rated this a 5 out of 10, and the reason why I rated it 5 out of 10 is almost what I just
detailed. To get back at me for Prince?
No, because it literally is right in the middle for me. There's nothing on it I hate except for one track. I can deal with that. Like that's not enough to rate it like a 1 or 2. Oh, it's got one track I don't like. Fuck this album. It's only got one track, one record that I truly hate. But the reason why I would deduct 5 points overall is because there's nothing on there. Never in my life up to this point has there been any song on that record that I'm like, oh my God, I got to hear that song right now.
You should be me in 2004 when The Quiet Things is on TRL. Because that is like the pinnacle for me.
Yeah. Well, I get it. So I went first.
I give this an 8.5.
Oh, it's not even a 10. I can't even believe it. I've got to meet the songwriter that writes a 10 because
it's going to be Fall Out Boy that gets a 10.
This is going to be one of your favorite records of all time, and you still gave it an 8.5.
Well, play Crack the Sky.
It still goes back to that one song.
That was a half a point, and then
the album was way better when you had the pirated version.
It was. It just feels off to me now when I listen to it, and I know that it's just a me thing, and I can't. But anyways, I would give The Devil and God at least a 9 or a 10, and so I can't give Deja and so like,
hey, you're getting it now, because when I first started explaining the way I was doing my rankings, you were just like, I don't understand. I'm like, yes, it all falls in line.
Yeah, so I definitely needed to leave some room for The Devil and God.
You need to leave some room for the Holy Spirit.
Yes. So I would say at least, I mean, I would have to like really sit down and listen to The Devil and God and like evaluate my life, but I would say probably it's a 9 or 10. So.
Right on. So obviously next week, and I said I'd mentioned this earlier, we have all the social media where people get it. From the response we got before, like when I just announced what this album was going to be, I feel like there's going to be a lot of strong opinions on this, so I want to make sure everybody listens and shares it. I would love to get some voicemails at 313-364-9899, and I will share this. We got one piece of pre-feedback on this. Chicago Mike from Chicago, I don't know how I'm supposed to say that. Said he tried listening to the record, got 3 songs in, and they were screaming at him.
And what did I say?
You said that's how you know it's working.
Yes.
And he replied and said, well, it was working. So it was interesting, though, because this record is not at all like Mike's very classic rock type guy. And I was like, kudos to you for trying.
Yep.
Also, if you're in a band and you name your songs the way these bands name their songs, tell me why.
I
just want to know.
Would you mind if I put out a 2-pronged approach? Number 1, tell us why, and number 2, quit it.
Yes, both of those things.
Yeah. Or if you're going to do one or the other, at least explain it to us.
Yes.
Yeah, and then also if you could quit it.
Yes.
That would be, we would like that. And also Michelle trying to get us shut down for copyrights with her flawless Backstreet Boys.
I try.
Yep. I think we have a fun topic lined up for next week. We are going to get into the topic of music snobbery. I myself, and you're never going to believe this, refer to myself as a recovering music snob.
I like how it's recovering, like it's still a process. It's not recovered.
No, it's every day is a new step forward for me.
How many days?
In recovery, you're never recovered. You're just constantly recovering.
Yep. Every day is a challenge.
Especially when you have to deal with me.
Lord, be with me. So, but I think it'll be fun because, we talk about a lot of times on the show, one of the things we try and do is keep the show positive. And that's one thing that has changed a great deal for me is I've found that boy, it sure is a lot easier when you're not like going around looking to crap on people for, like if you can find more common ground with people. So I think it'll be fun for us to have that discussion. And I know if I don't care who's listening to this show and they're like, even if you listen to the show and you're like, oh, the reason I listen to them is because they're so positive. I'm telling you, if you're passionate about music, you have had a music snob phase in your life. So like everyone's done it.
We're all still snobby about certain music.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I told you that's why I was intimidated by starting to collect vinyls, because I thought that's how people who collected vinyl behaved.
Well, they are.
Well, yeah, a lot of them are, but that's what I thought was going to happen if you went into a vinyl store. It was like, oh, you guys.
And the more it expands, the better it gets, where you get less and less people doing that, like treating each other like crap. And we'll get into all that. It's gonna be fun. So, and we won't have to review an album Michelle picked next week. So it's all uphill. It's all uphill.
I just want to say that 2/3 of this podcast agree that it's a great album.
I don't think
I did not say it's a great album.
Yeah.
I said
you rated a 7.
Yeah, 7 is average.
Can we just do pass fail?
Anyways.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
You can't keep reworking the score now based on your record.
I'm sorry, what?
I know. So anyways, please make sure you use everything that's available to you to interact with us on this, because if you're listening to this, I'm certain you like this album. Or
tell Russ why he's wrong.
Yeah, tell me why I'm wrong. We can go for 2 weeks in a row with people telling me why I'm wrong.
At least it's not me.
And then tune in next week for our discussion about why music snobbery is bad, and you should join me in recovering from it.
Be better.
Yeah. Do better. A discussion about not pooping on other people's music. So, like we always say about this time, without music, life would be a mistake. Bye.
Bye. Me.
Podcast is hosted by Russ Robinson, Kyle Wimple, and Michelle Koselecki. Produced and edited by Russ Robinson. Intro and outro music composed by Chris Kimmel. Opening credits read by Stacey Robinson. Recorded with a Rode Podcaster Pro and Rode Pod mics.